Hello, welcome to my Vloggypod. My name's Sherry and thank you for coming to spend time with me. I have, as ever, spectacularly had a fit of the giggles before. I think it's nerves. But anyway, same format as ever. I was just going to show you a couple of one thing really that I've been working on and what's gone into the shop, and then there's a little vlog and a quiz at the end, which my lovely friend Sharon, who is SCRN1TNO, has written half the questions for. So, sorry, excuse me. It's been another funny week. So, starting to really feel like we're getting back to some kind of normal, and then here in the UK, sort of a step back again, where sort of things are going to be delayed. And I wanted to get my hair cut, and it's so long to wait to get a haircut. So I've had a chop, and apparently my hair is quite 80s-tastic, according to my son. And I haven't been... So we went and had a drink outside on my birthday, and there was really hardly anyone else there. Now, I haven't been into a restaurant yet or anything. Our local pub, restaurant, they keep sending through emails sort of saying we're ready to welcome you, and I feel that we should support them, and also I think the vouchers that our government are giving, I can't remember how it works now, but you get X amount to spend, so we might be doing that. And they do a lovely menu, and vegan pizza and chips, which I always order and everyone nicks it, and that reminds me of, oh, I ordered it, I eats it. Name that programme. So anyway, we've rambled. So, little bit of knitting, really barely enough really to show you, but I will show you. I've done about 10 rows, got away with that whole lace section. Where are we? There we go. That's it. That is all I've done in a week and a half. But I have finished the lace section, which means that's my little lifeline there, that line going along there. So that means that can come out. And but I'm 30% done. And as I said, I am enjoying it, but really nothing to show. What I have been doing on World Embroidery Day, which was on the 30th, I believe, lovely Nikki Franklin did a live stream, which I think she's so brave doing. I literally, as I've said, I've had a giggling fit before I've started this. If this was live, it'd be absolute chaos. But it was so lovely to sit and stitch sort of alongside her, although I was quite mesmerised by what she was doing and reading with chat that I didn't actually get a whole lot done. It was lovely to see Helena on there, and Gail, who, yeah, it was lovely to connect with people actually as well. But anyway, so Nikki was doing, she was stitching some roses, and I was stitching some roses, but I was doing a slightly different one to her. And I still haven't finished it, but I thought I would show you what I'm doing. Is that focusing? So that, yeah, so it's quite simple. It's just 3 little roses and some little, I literally can't remember the name of the plant coming down there. But all that is cast on stitch. So there is bullion stitch for the centre and cast on stitch for the rose, in just 3 different shades, but mixing up the shades of the roses so that they've all got the same 3 shades in, but do you know what I mean? They've got different, some have got different centres. So yeah, and this is for somebody, so I'm going to put their name here, and that is a long overdue something for somebody. But, and I love this stripe actually. We're thinking of doing some of these actually in some handmade frames. So I'm thinking. This is not Christopher's thing. I don't know if that's something you'd be interested in actually, because I've always put my embroidery into bags, but I think some lovely, they're reclaimed wood frames, which I think are lovely. But anyway, and this is lovely, I think, the cotton, striped cotton. So that's what I've been doing. That's in my little embroidered, it's actually a notions pouch really, but more than big enough for what I'm doing. That's my little, I think that's Jules, I think that's So Sweet Violet, that one. And then this one, where are we? That one is Bumblebee Association or something like that. Anyway, a little bit of embroidery. Something that I haven't done too much of lately, which I've been really enjoying. And very much influenced by Nikki Franklin there actually, in her lovely mellow colours. So that's that. Oh, Sharon, who wrote the quiz at the end, she made, so I did a little cow parsley stitch along, which I will either try and link on the video or link underneath. But it was a little cow parsley stitch along, really simple little embroidery, and which Sharon did. And she didn't think she could embroider, and she can embroider. She embroiders beautifully. And she's just done, so the hexy English paper piecing fad that seems to be everywhere. I started a little bit a couple of months ago, and everyone seems to be doing beautiful hexagons. And I think Jules has got some beautiful kits in her shop. Anyway, Sharon has done, which she's inspired me to do. She is part of her hexes, one of them, she's just done a little small cow parsley embroidery. If you go onto her feed, you'll see, which she's made into a journal, which is lovely, journal cover, sorry. So that just got me thinking. I was going to show you some of the things that go on my journal. Kind of, my journal's quite personal. It's not something I could really, you would want to see really. But anyway, everything from, because a couple of you were saying, how do you get started? Everything from, I keep everything, literally everything. I keep them in these sorts of things. I've got loads of them full of stuff. From bits of paper, I think that's banana paper, to what my washi tapes come in. This is what I'm like, can't throw that away. So I will literally break that up and somehow put that in. Through to this, which I found the other day, this, which is a chocolate wrapper. Yeah, which I think I got from Jules as a Christmas gift ages ago, and I've kept that because I can't resist the textiles and patterns. This, which was a cover of some notelets. This, which was wrapping paper. Did you get the picture? So everything, and that all somehow or other, they find their way into my journal. This is rustling, so I won't put them all back in there. Tickets, when we went to see rugby, just everything. Just keep everything. Depends what you want to do, whether you want to do a nature journal. Obviously, then that would be, well, not obviously, but then that might be just thoughts on what you saw, a photograph which you could print out, a sketch that you could do, a pressed flower. I'm just going to pause you for 1 second because I'm just going to let Archie in. Sorry about that. He's outside. No, he's out by my feet, just staring intently at me, and I got to the point where I could no longer focus. You've interrupted me now, Archie. I can't remember what I was saying. I mean, that barely ever happens. Yes, so you could press flowers or anything like that, or it could be a diary of it could be a diary, but rather than writing lots of things down, it could just be tickets or anything. Just open a book and have fun, stick in, draw, keep bits of paper. That would be used for, I would layer that, I would just put lots of little bits of paper and washi tape on the top and all sorts. Anyway, I thought I would show you that. So in the shop this week, we had 3 new colourways. 2 of them inspired directly by William Morris. So this, which is I think this is Compton, which I believe is the last design that he did. And we have called this colourway In My Garden. So that inspired that. And these are all, this week, all the colourways were on our sturdy sock. We've got some lovely new bases coming, really gorgeous bases, but which will be in the shop next week. But yeah, so this one is In My Garden, and that's part of the Arts and Crafts collection. And this one was inspired by another, I think this was John Henry Durrell, actually, for Morris & Co. And that is Michaelmas Daisy. And that is what inspired that colourway. And another Arts and Crafts one. And the Arts and Crafts yarns, a correct collection, are kind of, they're all very mellow. How can I describe this? They're quite subtle colourways. They've also got lots of variations of colours within them. And although I wouldn't necessarily say you would put them together, they wouldn't clash, is what I'm trying to say. So anyway, that's Michaelmas Daisy, that's In My Garden, and that's Monty. And this one is Twilight Arbour. And that's the Twilight Arbour bag, which is, I describe it, as I said before, I describe them as single skein bags because I wouldn't want you to get them and think, well, it's not as big as I thought, but that's 2 skeins gone in there quite comfortably. And that is, this has a really vintage feel again. I love these kind of looks, So this has got little hand sewn tabs again. It's a lovely cotton, like a cotton sateen, and no polka dots this week. A little striped and floral lining. So that is the Twilight Arbour bag. I think there are some of those left in the shop. And that is the yarn. Oh, put it in the bag. I was thinking, what have we done with the yarn? And that's the yarn that we thought went quite nicely with it. So that's what went into the shop on Friday. And the sock club went in Friday as well. August sock club, and July sock club is all packaged up and in my little room waiting to go out tomorrow. Leona, don't watch this bit. Somebody said, I think your name is Leona, said it's dangerous watching because of the books that I show. So this actually is not a new book. This is probably one of my favourite books of all time, Suitable Boy. I read this probably 20 years ago. No, it can't have been 20 years ago. 15 years ago. I was actually on holiday in Méribel in France, which is the French Alps. When I started reading this, I was just captivated by it. It's a big book. It's got a huge cast. 15, 20 years ago, whenever it was I read it, I remembered who they all were. Let me see if I can find you the page, actually. So you get a little family tree with it. I'd lose track of who they are on the 5th page now, so I think I want to read this through again. But I think I would definitely keep something reminding me who they are, because I'll be thinking, who's that? I don't remember who that is. Have I met that person? Oh, anyway, the reason I showed you that is because this has just been serialised. I think it's the BBC. I don't know if it's their production or it's being shown on the BBC, but this is on iPlayer. Now, I don't know what it's like, if it's any good, but if they stay faithful to the book, that will be amazing. And the other book... Oh, sorry, I've just scrunched that on my microphone. The other book that I got is this one, which I ordered ages ago, and it's taken about 3 weeks to get here, actually. Got it from Blackwell's. Yeah. And the new herbal, Leonhardt Fuchs. And it's in German. So I did do German A-level, but this is beyond me. But this I really got, A, just because I love it, and B, because inspiration for my embroidery. It's just an amazing book. Literally page after page after page of beautiful. I'm really into botanical illustrations at the moment. Well, no, that's a glib thing to say. I'm really into botanical. It's a stupid thing to say. What I mean is I'm in awe of botanical illustration. That's what I'm trying to say. And we're going to see and spend some time with my son and daughter-in-law, and we're going to the Natural History Museum, which I'm very excited about. And I believe they have the botanical prints. I can't remember the name of the person who did it now, from the Endeavour, Cook's Endeavour. I think it's amazing. And our colourways and our Floral Symphony box, which has just gone out, it was all inspired by botanical illustrations. And when you start reading about how all these things that we discovered, and it's amazing. And how they're more they're as much scientific as they are artistic, because they have to be so accurate. Woo! Mega waffle. Anyway, that's all I really wanted to say. There's a little vlog and the quiz, which, as I said, Sharon has written some of the questions. One more thing that I forgot to say. I said about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I mentioned Patreon. And I've had a few messages saying, oh, I can't find it. That's because we haven't done it yet. But we are hoping, really hoping, that this Friday we'll be launching Patreon. I'm also hoping there'll be a little video on there. I'll be able to put the link next week to it. There'll be a video on there explaining a little bit about Patreon rather than me waffling on here. But we're just making sure that the tiers are right, and that when we're working out what's going into the different tiers for you. But as I've said before, there'll be extra videos, extra vlogs, little nature talks, art downloads from Christopher, and little stitch alongs with me and things like that. But so if that's something that interests you, we're really hoping that will be launching next Friday. But in my next Vloggypod, I will tell you about that. So I'm really sorry if I said that and then you've been looking and it's not there, but it will be next week. So thank you. Hello and welcome to my quiz. So as I said, the first 5 questions have been sent in by my lovely friend Sharon, who is SCR1TNO. And I didn't know the answer to all of these 5 actually, so see how you get on. So number 1, what are Worcester pearman, Azari and Reuben's varieties of? Are they varieties of A, pears, B, apples or C, plums? What are they varieties of? Question number 2. What do the films Top Gun and Sleepless in Seattle have in common? What do they have in common? Question number 3. The Walrus and the Carpenter is a poem from which popular children's book? And I thought this was quite a tough one actually. Well, I got it wrong anyway. Which popular children's book? Question number 4, which I also got wrong. Can you name all Pop and Ma Larkin's children? So this is from the Darling Buds of May. Is it Montgomery, Mariette, Petunia, Daisy, Primrose and Victoria? Instead of Daisy, is it Lily? And on C, is it Zinnia? So basically what she's asking is it Daisy, Lily or Zinnia? A, B or C? Question number 5. What sauce do you get by combining butter, egg yolks, white wine vinegar, lemon juice and seasoning? Is it A, mayonnaise, B, hollandaise or C, béarnaise? So thank you Sharon for those, and I got 3 out of 5. So question number 6. What was the main location for the filming of Lord of the Rings? Absolutely stunning location. Do you know where it was filmed? Question number 7. Who wrote Bleak House? Who wrote Bleak House? Question number 8. What is the world's largest island? Is it A, Madagascar, B, Greenland or C, Iceland? So what's the world's largest island? Question number 9. Who has just won a BAFTA for leading actress at the age of 84? Who has just won the BAFTA for leading actress? And number 10. The world's largest coral reef system is the Great Barrier Reef, which is made up of over 2,900 individual reefs. How amazing is that? And how many islands? How many islands? Is it A, 300, B, 600 or C, 900 islands? So, answers. Number 1, what are Worcester pearman, Azari and Reuben's varieties of? And the answer is apples. We have got the garden strewn with little tiny apples, and we've got our little apple tree which is just laden down with apples. I don't know what to do really. What do I do? Do I pick them or leave it? I don't know, poor thing. Anyway, it's only been planted for this is the 3rd year, 3 years ago. If you know what I should do, please tell me. Because it just looks like it's on the floor. The branches are almost on the floor. So, question number 2. What do the films Top Gun and Sleepless in Seattle have in common? And it is Meg Ryan. Question number 3. The Walrus and the Carpenter is a poem from which popular children's book? And that is Through the Looking Glass by Lewis Carroll. Question number 4, can you name all Pop and Ma Larkin's children? And the answer was C, it was Zinnia. So Montgomery, Mariette, Petunia, Zinnia, Primrose and Victoria. Aren't they lovely names? Fun fact, that was actually filmed quite a lot of that in a village called Pluckley, which is near where I used to live in Kent. There you are. Now you know that. Question number 5, last one of Sharon's questions. What sauce do you get by combining butter, egg yolks, white wine vinegar, lemon juice and seasoning? And the answer is hollandaise. I used to make hollandaise, and back in the day it used to take forever. I don't have it now, but I wouldn't faff around making it anymore. Gosh, it takes forever. So question number 6, what was the main location for the filming of Lord of the Rings? And the answer, New Zealand. And oh my word, that's somewhere I would love to go. Just stunning. Question number 7, who wrote Bleak House? It is Charles Dickens. Question number 8, what is the world's largest island? And the answer is B, Greenland. Number 9, who just won a BAFTA for the leading actress at the age of 84? And not that the age of 84 had anything to do with it, it was just to give you a clue. That was Glenda Jackson for Elizabeth is Missing. So she's actually won 2 Academy Awards before. But this was her, I think this was her first role since returning to acting, because after being a politician for a number of years, she was a Labour MP. And Elizabeth is Missing by Emma Healy. So, where am I? I'm completely lost. Question number 10. The world's largest coral reef system, the Great Barrier Reef, which is made up of over 2,900 individual reefs and 900 islands. How amazing is that? And it actually stretches over 2,300 kilometres off the coast of Queensland, somewhere else I would love to go one day. So thank you so much for taking part in the quiz. If you've made it to the end, thank you so much for watching the whole of the Vloggypod. And if you'd like to like and subscribe, that would be amazing. And any comments, I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much and see you soon.